So you got a brand new MacBook Pro for Christmas and you want to do some hacking and CTFs and you need Kali Linux. So the easiest way to get going is if you use Parallels Desktop, and I'll get the website link for that in the description. So when Parallels first starts, you see this download and install Windows 11. So if you just select this other options here and you click the over arrow, you're going to get download Kali Linux. So I'm just going to go ahead and say continue and download. Excuse me. I still have the flu, but I promised I would get this video out as soon as I had a chance. So let's wait for this to download and then we'll get started on the install. And it's relatively easy. There's not much you have to do to get going. There are a few recommendations I have once it's installed with the settings. So we'll go over that in a second here. So once it finished download, it should open and boot right in. You just got a couple seconds left here. It's unarchiving, and we should see a boot screen. Fantastic. And you get a little link on your desktop there. Okay, so let me just move this to the center. And it says that you are required to change your password immediately. Okay, so I'm just going to put in a new password. So for now, I'm just going to put password and hit enter, and then password again and hit enter. Okay, and this we are in, and it's going to install the tools. So then you need to put in your password you just selected. It's going to install the tools and then it'll reboot. Now when it creates the account, it creates a Parallels user account. Okay, so if we go down here to users and groups, we can see that our user is Parallels. So what you can do is you can add a new user and then just delete the Parallels user after that. Excuse me. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's asking me to restart, but before it restarts, let me just add my user. So I'm going to type in my password for the administrator, and I'm just going to add myself. Okay, and I'm going to set my password now. And okay, and I'm going to change the advanced settings here. The user privileges, let's see, where is it? I'm going to say account type. I'm going to say it's the administrator. Okay, and then that should be it. Close. So now I'm going to restart. It's really easy, fast to get going. It's probably the easiest way to get Kali Linux on your MacBook Pro. Okay, so I'm going to switch to the other user here now that I added and type in the password I selected. And then I'm going to delete the Parallels user. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So I'm going to type in my password. I'm going to delete all the files. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off. And then what I want to do here is we need to show the control center here. Okay. And then we're going to go through some of the settings, some of the options. Okay, so you could change the name here, etc. So for example, startup and shutdown should be manually. Optimization, I'm just going to keep it at default. Sharing, I don't want to share my cloud or Mac volumes with Linux. And for the sharing, I'm just going to select a particular folder that I want to share. So I'm just going to say my share folder here. Okay. And then, excuse me, for applications, I don't want to share my Linux applications with Mac. And I don't want to allow apps to auto switch to full screen. And I'm going to leave this at the default for optimized full screen for games, etc. Picture in picture, I'm just going to leave it default. Travel mode, default. Time syncing from Mac, clipboard sync, bidirectional, preserve text formatting. I tend to uncheck this because I don't necessarily want to keep the formatting of text. I just want it to be the raw text, right? And then hardware is default. So I've got 2 processors, 2048. So if you wanted to change this here, you could change this to 4. But 2 and 2 GB is fine. You could use Rosetta to run x86 binaries if you want. Graphics, I just leave at scaled. Mouse and keyboard, everything is default. I don't have a printer, so I'm going to deselect this. Network is shared. Okay, so you could also create your own networks here, host only, etc. You could select the specific network conditioner if you want to. Sound and camera, I'm just going to leave at default. Bluetooth, you can share your Bluetooth devices with Linux or smart card readers if you wanted to. The hard disk, I'm just going to leave at default. CD, DVD, I don't have, so I'm just leaving that default. Boot order default. And then security. If you wanted to encrypt it with a password, you could. You could also isolate the Linux distribution from Mac itself. And then you could set some passwords for the following options. Change the virtual machine state, etc. I'm going to leave all that off for now. And then the backup, you can do smart card, etc. You can also back it up in Time Machine. And then I'm going to lock this to prevent any further changes. So now that we've made all those changes, I'm going to go ahead and start it up again. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to maximize it. And once we log in here, everything should be the correct resolution. And it looks like it already is. So I'm just going to type in my password here. Okay. And then we are in. So I'm just going to go through my what I normally do with Kali Linux. I just tend to change the icon size, and then I'll open up a terminal, and you can see we have the name of the machine and my username here. So I'm just going to run a update and upgrade command with the tag S. Enter my password and let it do its thing. Okay, and that's basically it. And then from here you can install different things that you need, etc. We've got our share folder over here, so our share is right here, and you can see this is my my test file. Okay, so if I go to my Mac here and I go to my share folder, you can see the same text here. Okay, so if I alter this and then save the file and then check here again, you can see that it's been altered. Okay, so the share works perfectly, so you could share files and folders, etc., back and forth with your Kali Linux. I'm just gonna say yes here. So I'm just gonna let this go ahead and update, and that's it. You're basically in. You have everything you need to do whatever you need to do. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is a replacement for the other one where I had an issue with the sound. Hopefully there's no issue with the sound on this one, and maybe I'll make a few more videos regarding Kali Linux and the MacBook Pro. I have a MacBook Pro with the M4 Pro chip, so super fast, runs great, doesn't get too hot. You can see the fans are not even on, and it's super fast, so fantastic. All right, I'll catch you in the next one.